So, Taylor, we just talked about Sarah, who realized at the last minute she hadn't filed her taxes. That can be a stressful situation, but thankfully there are options. But sometimes life throws a curveball, and you need more than just a day or two. That leads us perfectly to our next scenario about Lisa. Lisa's dealing with some pretty overwhelming personal matters right now and simply can't focus on her taxes. It's April, and the deadline is looming, but she needs more time. Sam, Taylor, what are Lisa's options here? Specifically, how can she obtain an extension and what form does she need?
This reminds me a bit of Sarah's situation, but with more lead time, hopefully less panic. I'm guessing there's a specific form for requesting an extension. Is it difficult to fill out?
Yes, the form Lisa needs is Form 4868, Application for Automatic Extension of Time to File U.S. Individual Income Tax Return. It's relatively straightforward, especially if you file it electronically. You can find it on the IRS website, and many tax software programs include it.
Good point, Sam. Electronic filing is generally the quickest and easiest way to go about it. Taylor, our second question was whether an extension gives Lisa more time to pay her taxes. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a tricky one. I'd hope so, but logically, I'm guessing it just gives her more time to file the paperwork, not necessarily more time to come up with the money.
You're right, Taylor. The extension provides an additional 6 months to file, pushing the deadline to October 15th. However, it's crucial to remember that it doesn't extend the time to pay. Any taxes owed are still due on the original April 15th deadline.
Exactly. Think of our example from previous segment in this episode, the one asking a library for an extension on a book due date. You get more time with the book, but you still accrue late fees if you haven't paid any outstanding fines. With taxes, those late fees are penalties and interest.
So if Lisa knows she owes money, she should try to pay as much as she can by April 15th, even if she files for an extension, right?
Absolutely. Paying as much as possible by the original due date will minimize any potential penalties and interest. In fact, Form 4868 includes a section for estimating your tax liability and making a payment.
Let's recap. If you need more time to file, Form 4868 grants you an automatic 6-month extension. However, this only extends the filing deadline, not the payment deadline. It's wise to estimate your tax liability and pay as much as you can by April 15th to avoid penalties and interest.
This makes sense. So the key takeaway here is to file Form 4868 by April 15th if you need an extension, but also to estimate and pay what you owe to avoid penalties.
Precisely. And as always, consult a tax professional if you have specific questions or a complex tax situation.